Welcome back. It's now time to create the player start area in this level, which is going to be that crashed spaceship that I've told you so much about. So let's do it. Okay, so we need to go out of foliage mode. We're done with that for now. And we also need to go back over to the player start location, which is going to be over here. And we're going to need to put a spaceship there. I'm also just going to move my player start location just kind of off to... Oh, hello. What's gone below? Just off to the side here. And I'm also just going to have it facing this way. So when the player gets out, they can see what they've just exited. Perfect. Right, let's find a spaceship. And again, as we've done in the last few steps, this has been very much a fab-heavy chapter. But we're going to go into fab again. So let's go back to fab. And this time we're going to search for something called dropship. Now, you can find any other spaceship you want, to be honest, but I know this one works because I've already gone through this. And I'm going to go to price and just filter by free. And the one that I wanted hasn't come up in the search, so I think I need to be a little bit more specific. And I'm going to take the space out of dropship and I'm going to add R35. It's this one here by GraphXbox. So let's open that up. You see it looks very, very cool. And it looks like there are some variations that we could use if we wanted to. So let's add to project. This doesn't take too long to download. There it is. We're all good. Okay, and then I'm just going to close that and close fab. Now, I'm going to put this into the level, but I'm immediately going to delete it. I will show you why. So let's find it. So I'm not sure where this one gets saved by default. It looks like it's in the fab folder. Yep, there it is. Dropship R35. And the mesh is there, the static mesh. And I'll show you why I'm not going to put this straight into the level. There we go. Because it's ginormous. Look at the size of that thing. We can't use that. So I'm going to delete it. And then I'm going to open it up in the static mesh editor. And then even in here, look, I can't even see it. Because I'm like inside it. It's far too big. And what we're going to do is find build scale. So I'm going to change LOD to LOD 0. Well, maybe there is only one LOD. So here's LOD 0 under build settings. And we've got build scale. And I'm going to change this to 0.01, 0.01 and 0.01 on all three axes. And then click on apply changes. And then if I zoom in, I'm going to have to go a little bit faster than that. I'm too far away. Whee. You can see that is now a much more reasonable size. So, let's bring that camera scaler back down to something reasonable. We'll save that. And now we're going to put it into our level. There it is. And I'm going to rotate it around. And we're going to put it sort of so that it's crashed. So I'm going to have it at a jaunty angle like that. Maybe just bring it up like that. So that now looks like it's suitably crash landed like that. That looks pretty good. Okay, so now we've got a crashed looking spaceship, but it doesn't look damaged. And I'm not going to go as far as changing the textures on this because we'll just keep it as it is. But we can add some fire and stuff to it to make it look like there's a problem. So let's go up to our content level. We'll search for fire. We want the blueprint fire. So effect fire, not fire damage, because we don't want this one to damage the player. So I'm just going to get one and just place it somewhere. So what I can do with this is we can see inside the ship. So I'm going to put at least one of these instances of fire. Oh, I'm lost. There we go. Put at least one of these inside the ship like that. And that's going to look cool. And then I'm just going to hold Alt and left click and put these in other places around the ship just to make it look like it's had a nasty accident. That was pretty good. Maybe one more over here. Where am I putting this one? There we go, that's pretty good. Yeah, and just for effect, we're going to get one of the smokes as well. And we're just going to place that sort of here underneath. And that'll start adding smoke. And what we're going to do is just scale that up. I'm going to make it sort of 10 by 10 by 10. Yeah, that looks good. Maybe 8. 8, 8, 8. And I'm just going to turn my snapping back on because I forgot to turn that off. And then, as always, let's see how this looks to the player. Yeah, and you see the fire and the smoke are doing a lot of the heavy lifting there in making this look like it has crashed. So that's good. I'm going to do one more thing. So earlier we changed the quality of the lighting in the scalability. I'm also going to change the quality of the effects. And what that's going to do is just allow more particles to be spawned, and we'll just see more going on here. So that now looks pretty sick. There's only one other thing that I really want to change, and that should become evident if I sort of try and get close to the ship. The collisions aren't right. They're not close enough, and they don't feel very natural. And so what we're going to do is just update them in the same way that we did for the cliffs, just so that that works. So I'm going to open my mesh. So I'm going to go back to the dropship, which is in the fab folder. Let's show the collision, see what we're working with. So simple collision. Yeah, they're not bad, but they could be better. And I use similar settings to what I used earlier. So we had 48, 12, and 120,000. And we'll apply that and see if I like the look of it. That does now look pretty close. So we'll save that and we'll test. And that should now mean that, yeah, so we can't get in, which is what I want, but we can now sort of walk up on that. That feels more natural. We should be able to get under the wing a bit better. Yeah, so that just feels better. We've now got a crashed ship. Perfect. So that's going to do it for this step. In the next step, we're just going to make a couple of kind of finishing touch type changes just to get this chapter completed. Which is going to include looking at the lighting and shadows, especially the shadows of the cliffs, because there are a few anomalies going on with that need addressing before we move on. So I will see you in the next step, where we'll dot some I's and cross some T's. Thanks for watching and supporting the channel. If you'd like to help me create more content like this, please consider becoming a patron on Patreon. The contributions I get through Patreon make a huge difference in keeping this channel going. Remember to like, comment and subscribe to make sure you don't miss my upcoming tutorials. Your support and engagement mean the world to me and help my channel continue to grow. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.